Apple shop here in Takoradi around the black market, very opposite the black market. Mr. Jeff, greetings to you, my very good brethren. Blessed love. And everybody in there at Mr. Jeff's Apple shop here at the Takoradi Market Circle. So let me pull over and then straight away tell you about the Western, railway line. Now I decided to talk about this because it is actually part of the Western region. You can't talk about the story of the Western region without talking about the railway line. No. Your story would not be complete. No, your story would not be complete if you are telling the story of the Western region. You are telling the story of the Western region, especially Sekindi Takoradi, and not talk about the railway line. And not talk about Takoradi Harbour. Hey, now story no o sha se wa he na wo kudi ko si he wo kopem wa he wo ko fa free he na wo de ko he story be nkra no no. Sekindi Takoradi is the railway line. Sekindi Takoradi is the harbour. Now, in an event where we're talking about landmarks and relevant places with regards to Ghana, you can't skip talking about these places when you want to talk about the Western region. So today, we are putting the spotlight on the Western Railway line historically, and then we connect the past to present. And you understand the importance of the railway line and why leaders yesterday were visionary enough to realize the importance of a railway line and made sure it happened. It came to being. And you understand how myopic today's leaders are, how myopic today's leaders can be, that they see no reason to develop it and make it vibrant, much more vibrant than it used to be. Why they don't see the need to actually invest in it. And I was talking about this with an old man. I was sharing this with an old one some few months ago. I remember he told me most of these tracks, it is business. When the railway, it's very difficult for a private man to acquire a train. It's very, 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 very difficult. But these tracks are owned by private entities, and most of them are the power brokers. Most of them are those who have the power to actually aid in the success of the railway. But if the railway is booming, the track business no good. It's like those ministers and MPs venturing into the bus business. They have buses, long buses here and there. They are not interested in growing the state's transport business, because once the STC and the Metro Mass is booming and we have enough and people can actually go and have affordability and have no, the private one will go. So our creed is greed. No, that's our problem. Our creed is greed. The tragedy of Africa lies in the bosom of greed. Pese minkuminya amenkuti minzi minkutimi. I don't ever show here pao. And shall kako cancer muha ne ewia pakete kete and shall cancer mikasi ubi didi no team ubi born a lunch heavy. One co plus 100 buy and grill. Hey, because plus 100 buy and grill. Momo shall see free 4 p.m. 4 p.m. no mo shall see free. Juma almost started 4 p.m. No maya till 5 a.m. Plus 400 bar and grill. American was say me, listen man, it's the new normal when it comes to grilled tilapia, chicken with banku, rice and a chicken, assorted spaghetti and noodles, French fries, fried rice, jollof rice, all the rice dishes, spicy chicken wings and crispy fried rice. They also have the best cocktail joint in town. They produce smoothies, milkshakes, fruit punch, name them, many more, my brother, my sister. They also have a unisex salon right across the street. So as you wait for your order, you go clean up, have a clean shave, or makeup as a lady. It's a unisex salon. So by the time you're done fixing up yourself or cleaning yourself up, your order will be ready. They work from Sunday to Sunday, no break, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Locate them at the Takoradi West Line, close to the New Crystal Hospital. Locate them at the Takoradi West Line, close to the New Crystal Hospital. For table reservations, give them a call on 0248 2371. Let me take that number one more time. 0248 702371 or 0200 076229. Plus 100 Bar and Grill, where quality meals, quality food reside. Now let me take you straight away into my story today, the Western Railway Line. Now, the Western Railway Line is the first railway line built in Ghana and was constructed in 1898. It was constructed in 1898 and completed in 1903. Takoradi was chosen for the railway line, instead of Elmina due to the failure in negotiations with the owners of the castle. The reason Takoradi was chosen for this railway line, construction, instead of Elmina, was due to the failure in negotiations with the owners of the castle at the time. Also, Takoradi was a shorter route to Takwa, which had just discovered gold at the time. Now, let me go into details and tell you more about this railway line, the history behind it, the company itself, and all of that. Now, like I told you, the Railway Company Limited, is the company that operates the railways of Ghana. The Ghana Railway Company Limited is a public sector body with responsibility for the efficient management of the national railway system so as to enhance the smooth movement of goods and passengers. There's a history to it, there's a history behind it. Operations began in 1898. Operations of the Ghana Railway Company began in 1898 under the Gold Coast Government Railways with headquarters in Sekondi. The headquarters were transferred to Takoradi, after the building of the Takoradi Harbour. It used to be in Sekondi. God have mercy, Sekondi. Before we end this month, I will tell you a pretty beautiful story of Sekondi. Before we end this month, this Heritage Month, I will tell you the Sekondi story one more time because I've told it before. Now, the headquarters of the railway company was, actually situated. It was actually in Sekondi. The headquarters subsequently got transferred to Takoradi after the building of the Takoradi Harbour, and the railway and port were jointly administered as the Ghana Railway and Ports and Harbour. As the Ghana Railway and Ports Authority. Ghana Railway and Ports Authority. Now, in 1796, the FMCD 95 separated the railway from the ports as the Ghana Railway Corporation. The company enjoyed the status of a public corporation until 19th March 2001, when it became a limited liability company. The original 304 kilometer, that's 304 kilometer Eastern Railway was built in 1923 by the British for the purpose of hauling minerals and cocoa. The white, they were smart. Whatever made their work easier, they would do. Today's African, we don't want to use our gumption, our brains, our medulla oblongatas. We are just intellectually lazy. You know very well that a lot of food are being produced in our rural areas, and the only way we can have food in the cities is to have a network, road network. Why don't we have the network, the road networks? Why are we not connecting the rural areas, the farming communities to the cities? Why is there hunger? Don't tell me there's no hunger. How much is a bunch of plantain? In the city, how much is a bunch of plantain? Tell me how much is a bunch of plantain? How much cassava? A bunch of cassava, how much do you buy? Yam, a tube of yam, how much is it? Food is expensive in the cities because network is poor. Transportation is costly, very, very expensive. Very, very expensive to transport food from the farming communities to our cities. So when they finally kakra na nyamenya don't know what to do. Krumha, City wa, Takrade ha, Accra, Kumasi. Hey, a boy de Ubia and Kasa moment you. Alibaraka Monfa, Alibaraka Nijumo. No baby sow. Jamaona was Swadiba Haiwa. O baby sow quest na Maukufia Wintiminda. And you understand them. The roads are poor. Fuel is very, very expensive. Now the white man, they knew how to do this thing. They know very well they will need to reside closer to the sea so they can do their exports. So they build castles and ports, forts and castles. Until this is evident. Whatever will make their life easier, they will do. They knew very well they needed our gold and cocoa. They need to transport them from wherever, from Takwa to the seaside, so they can export them, transport them, into their countries. So they decided to build a railway. Just to keep it vibrant and alive, we failed. Out of greed, not because we can't do it, we can do it. Out of greed. Out of greed. Now the original 304 kilometer Eastern Railway was built in 1923 by the British for the purpose of hauling minerals and cocoa. Construction of the Ghana Railway started before there were any port facilities, and locomotives and other equipment had to be lightened, over the beach, I beg your pardon. In July 2007, contracts signed as part of the ECOWAS railway plan intended to link Ghana to Burkina Faso. In February, a Korean engineering study group examined the proposed new lines and also gauge conversion, a gauge conversion from from 161.067 millimeter, that's some 3 feet 6, 3 feet, 6 in, to 1,435 millimeter. Now in 2008, 2 diesel multiple units ordered from China CNR corporations, Transhan plant for, a shuttle service from Accra to Tema. Each unit comprises 2 motor cars, and they did plus some 4 trail cars. In October 2010, the DMUs were launched. The line was commissioned in October 2010. In December 2010, work began on an extension to Tema Harbour. In 2010, a contractor was signed to construct, a railway from Paga on the border with Burkina Faso to Kumasi, plus a branch from Tamale to Yendi. The railway network in Ghana resembles a large capital A with 3 components: a western division, the left leg of the A from Sekendi Takoradi to Kumasi, and an eastern division, the right leg of the A from Accra to Kumasi, and a central division, the horizontal bar of the A from Huni Valley to Kotoku. Very little of the railway network remains in operation. Accra to Tema, Accra to Kotoku, and Awaso to Dunkwao, and south to Takrade are the only parts that are known to be in operation. Very little is known about the current operating state of the rest of the system. And that's very sad. Very, very sad. Now, if we should have this railway operation, this railway lines operating vibrantly, working vibrantly, a lot of deaths on our roads will be avoided. Because listen, the trucks competing with the mini buses and mini cars, the saloon cars, on our narrow roads is very dangerous. I remember during the Christmas when the runabout was blocked and we all had to use alternative routes. Trucks, eti free, windy ridge, omoti free, ekoshen krofufi. Trucks. Now what time to now one yellow not free. Lord God mercy, obey yamo poto. An immigration woman's car got smashed by a truck when the truck got lost control due to brake failure. Under no circumstances should we be competing with these cars on a narrow, small road, single lane roads. The goods they are carrying could be carried by the rails or by the trains with our railways, and the traffic situation will be very much managed. But because we lack the capacity, because we are not able to manage our railways properly, a lot of deaths are recorded on our roads due to the competition between trucks carrying these cocoas and manganese, competing with minibuses and cars on our narrow roads. That is the story of the railway line and the Ghana Railway Company. One of the significant landmarks, one of the significant things to talk about here in Sekendi. Probably tomorrow I will tell you about the harbor. This was the dashboard, and I have to play some traditional songs with regards to the story I just told you. So yes, I will start by playing some high life songs, just to actually connect the music and the subject on the dashboard. This is Ben Bracco, and he talks about Yunkrum, ni Yunkrum, Ghana. This is our hometown, our land of birth. And Sekendi Takrade is your hometown too. Intimane ehia semensu here, whatever will make the region better, support it, because Sekendi Takrade deserves better.
Yo, Haruna Babangida. Yo, Haruna Babangida.
Wambra, you're not set. One tail, Gongar Casa. Let's take it out, boy. Original bird. On the Sulusa, Osai. One mustn't never. The castle Goma. If you're no Yaza, yeah, you're ready. That's also bottom part. One fat up on the way through. I once is so cool. Now, I'm sure ye. Oh, no more. Basha now, one baby, nana come. It's in Papa, where? Then tomorrow.
na menya bibi ni besia ma menya nia ameme de makumenya mama no maybe I made dream to men san mun ko biemo mepeyina Ami baby, I made dream to my son, me chill mun ko biemo mepeyina kana me yamao Odon go fu pinsa se Mosi mamu down go fu pinsa so Efibo was embade Akukudil na wuka senti was embado Baby I made dream to men's and mechili na munkobio Naka selo wantase Ami baby I made dream to men's and mechili munkobio Bepe ina kana me yamao Kitchen, Mafi will pepper soup, you love chicken. In your book, you do love kitchen. I mean, Mafi will pepper soup, you love chicken. Until for fry, I get to fry, you fancy natty. A chicho, I told you, I'm not the sayati. Most of my so me more, boy, romantic. Other would in a kumemo, okay, you romantic. They wound up with the boy, I'm a dummy, you know your nonsense. Na munkomio maka selo wantase ami baby I made dream to me san me chili munkobio bepe ina kana me yamao Sembiko banyeni nyana malabaka Nyabanana milike visa wani nyana waneba Simple obido wa edoni bi Oda wa edoni bi Obido wa edoni bi Oda wa edoni bi Amina midi mija mini muso sheshe mufa Oya this, oya that no nyana minti bida Macheche ma still wantase
Spiritual mix.
Odonu ko fu pinzase Mosi mamu donu ko fu pinzaso Efibo was